Hey everybody, it's me, Riley. I'm so glad to be back with all of you one more time to talk about that thing I love so much, that thing we call jazz. That's right. We've had such an incredible time learning about jazz music from my friends. You remember Sammy Miller, Alicia Olatuja, Mario Bilston, Brian Carter. So much jazz. We talked about it all, from folks like Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong to Dizzy Gillespie and who was that guy from Aiken, South Carolina? Bubba Miley. He played in Duke Ellington's band, that's right. Now all this talk about jazz has sparked a lot of curiosity from all you viewers down there in Aiken, which is a wonderful thing. I love when students are curious, I love when students have questions. So I thought I'd take a little time today to answer some of the questions all of you have after watching these videos about jazz music. So our first question today is a very good question. How long have you been playing the trumpet and why did you choose that instrument? Believe it or not, I've been playing the trumpet for 22 years. Wow! That makes me pretty old. I first started playing the trumpet when I was just 8 years old. I was in 3rd grade at the time, and I went to go see a concert that my babysitters were playing. My babysitters at the time were in high school, and they were playing in their high school jazz big band. Do you remember what a jazz big band sounds like? What a sound. Well, when I was at the concert, I saw the trumpet player from the back come down to the front of the stage and take a solo, just like we saw in that video. And from that moment on, I knew the trumpet was the instrument for me. But that leads us to our next question, another great question. Can any instrument play jazz? That's a great question. You might often see a certain select group of instruments playing jazz music. You know, trumpets, trombones, saxophones, pianos, drums, basses, guitars, and we can't forget all the great jazz singers. But guess what? Jazz can be played on any instrument. You might hear jazz harp. Jazz violin. Jazz cello. Jazz harmonica. Even jazz tap dance. Whatever instrument you love to listen to, whatever instrument you might play, you can most definitely play some jazz on that instrument. Jazz is a music where all people and all instruments are welcome. Now let's see what our next question is. Have you ever traveled outside of the country to perform music? One of the wonderful things about jazz music is that it can take you all over the world. I've performed across the country in New York City, in Seattle where I'm from, in Aiken, South Carolina, all the way out west to the coast of California. But I've also traveled internationally. I've played in Canada, I've played in Mexico, I've been down to South America, played in Brazil, I've been to Europe and played in Italy and France. I even went out and played in Ukraine one time. One of the great things about jazz is it can take you anywhere, and no matter where you go, people will speak the language of jazz with you. It's a universal language. Here's a great question. What's your favorite food? Well, there are a lot of foods I love. But if I had to choose one thing to eat for the rest of my life, I think it'd be pasta. And more pasta. And more pasta. And more pasta. I could eat pasta forever. Here's a great question. How many different kinds of jazz are there? Well, this is a great question because ever since jazz was invented in the city of New Orleans, as you know, there have been many different evolutions and many different styles of jazz music that have come ever since. So first you had New Orleans jazz, which sounded like Louis Armstrong. And then you had the swing era, the age of big bands and swing dancing. That led to a style of music that we call bebop. And bebop led to a thing called hard bop. Some musicians reacted to hard bop by playing a new style called free jazz. And ever since then, the music has continued to evolve. Today we have jazz music that mixes with rock music. Jazz music that mixes with world music. Jazz music that mixes with hip-hop. So I think there are endless styles of jazz music today. You can just find the one that resonates with you. Now for our final question. What is your favorite song you've ever played? Over the past 22 years that I've been playing the trumpet, I have played hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs. It's pretty hard to pick just one favorite song I've ever played. But if I think back on all the memories of concerts and performances, one song that comes to mind is an old song from New Orleans, an early song in jazz history called St. James Infirmary. I played it a few years ago with a great singer named Dee Dee Bridgewater, and we even have a clip of it to share with you today. Let's check it out. Pretty fun. Well, my friends, it's time for me to say goodbye. But before I do that, I want to thank you on behalf of myself and the whole team at the Joye and Aiken Festival. Thank you for watching this Kidz Bop series with us. Thank you for all the joy and the enthusiasm and the love and the curiosity you brought to this series. It's been such a pleasure to share this music with you. We hope you keep on swinging. I'm Riley Mulherkar, and we'll see you next time.